Well, hi, I am Dr. Wael Banna. I am talking from the ASRM, which is the American Society of Reproductive Medicine. And we are just, the elections are on the doors. And I have a message to the American leaders who are going into these elections and to the voters. If we are right now in the 21st century and in the biggest country in the world, United States of America, the high-end technologies, the best doctors across the world, you get the best minds from everywhere across the globe and just pour them here in the US to get the best of the best to the citizens. You know that you have 10% American women who are not uninsured. They are suffering a lot from a disease called fibroid. And as a fibroid interest group in that society, we're giving this year a message. I was giving a course with beautiful and amazing professors and colleagues. We're spreading a message that there is many people across the globe. They are suffering of inequity in fibroid treatment and the management of the fibroids. People are suffering bleeding, low quality life, and at the end to have a severe depression. 10% of these populations, they are not insured, of the women in the United States. I'm talking about the best country in the world, it's supposed to be. So if you are a leader going to the election, you should think about these poor people where we found the inequity is originally based from the racial perspectives. And many Black African American who are 3 times are more prone to have fibroid in their life. 70% of the patients across the world, they end up in their life having a fibroid, some of them symptomatic, who's having some symptoms, bleeding and compression, and the others are asymptomatic, so we don't need to do anything for them. But if I am a one who's human and who wants not only to be having the glory and legacy of the presidential, to be a president of the United States, I would think to those poor people who are coming and living here, and the people who are uninsured, I have to find a solution for them. Another thing, which is really important, we are always teaching our fellows, our patients, all the people that we talk with in the Middle East and other areas in the world, that the United States are the base of the minimal invasive surgery. And believe it or not, in 2019, only 7% of the American population who went into surgeries, only 10% of them has been having the luxury to do minimal invasive surgeries. The other was total open abdominal wall through an open surgery. Imagine we are in the country of robotics, laparoscopies, the country that harbored the best minds from Germany to build up the highest tools and the biggest companies for endoscopies. Still until this moment, only 10% of the patients who are doing myomectomies, they are doing it by minimal invasive, and the others are by an open technique. So that is the stigma, or this is what we are living in, the beauty of the words and the advertisement of the United States, giving the world the understanding of minimal invasive technologies and on the basis, on the real things which is happening in the hospitals, that we are not having that huge minimal invasive offering to the patient, the solutions offering to the patients and to all patients, the same people who are living in the highest or the richest areas in the United States and to the poorest areas, the slums and the others. Are we having this inequity, or is it the fake advertisement of that we are the best country in the world who is giving the citizens the same treatment, the same advanced treatment for all? So we have to look more into this. We are in the Middle East, we're having many problems, corruptions and other things. But at the end of the day, how can we talk to the residents and other people and convince them with minimal invasive procedures, and on the other hand, the country which is promoting the minimal invasive surgeries and treatment equality for people is not giving that the same? Look to the statistics that is coming every now and then in the healthcare in the United States. Regarding the Middle East, we are facing problems originally rooted from the cultural beliefs. For example, you could find a patient that she's not going into surgery for fibroid just because she has she has hymen, and she will never accept to do hymenectomy, because that's shameful in the Middle East. Is something considered shameful. They will never accept something like this. But here, could be the culture is different. We are trying to address different modalities to treat patients, because we are losing patients across the globe, although we're having the best technologies, the best trained doctors, and until this moment, we're losing patients because of severe bleeding, severe anemia, depression. The second and most important subject is the abortion freedom of choice. I'm not going to talk about my beliefs and many people beliefs, but I will tell you the experience in the Middle East. It's banned and it's not accepted in the Middle East to do a surgical abortion or an abortion for no reason. But I need to tell you that when a mother would like to take that decision, no one can stop her. whatsoever the rules, whatsoever what you think, because right now you are banning that in the hospitals and in certified places. They will fast change to a healthcare which is more into underground medical facilities, where you can find rats over there. And she will find a solution on the internet to find a way that she can get these built, and you will find out a woman coming to you in the emergency room, severely bleeding, and they could die, get infection, many hysterectomies will happen, sepsis, and bacteremia. You will find patient in a miserable state. Although we could disagree, but we can agree to a certain degree that we need something to do to always to make people, when they take a decision related to their culture or belief, contained in a safe manner, contained in a safe procedures. That's really very important. The third subject is the freedom of IVF. And this beautiful American Society of Reproductive Medicine, they have many members who have been talking in the Congress and talking to the American leaders about how important to have a freedom of IVF choices, and at the same time for embryo freezing. These two subjects are crucial, because whenever you ban or block something, you're gonna find ways, many ways around it. Even in other countries, people will go to Mexico, will go to Latin America, will go to any other places across the globe to try to do this, and you may lose your own citizens. We need to think an intangible morality with medicine, with technology, to address all these important issues in the right way. I wish luck for the incoming president of the United States. The first thing he has to do, he has to stop the war everywhere. He has to sit with the whole leaders and become a real leader. Stop the war. Stop the war. There is nothing. People has to understand that you will never eliminate 2 million or more Palestinians from their place. You cannot genocide 2 million persons. And the Arabs and the other nations, they have to understand they cannot eliminate 7 million or 5 million living Israeli person living over there. You cannot eliminate those, and you cannot eliminate those. If you cannot understand that you have to live and to find two-state solutions peacefully, you will always live in war. And trust me, war is always escalating to many wars that will affect you one day. Remember, when you push a person away from his land and he goes to any other land, he will always inherit hate and will teach that to his children. You are creating bombs that they will be everywhere across the world, and one day they will get on you. We have to find a way to make this planet a safer place for our kids, next generations. Thank you so much. I've been with you, Wael Banna, an OBGYN consultant based in Cairo, Egypt and Middle East.